Welcome to Vancouver, the sun and fun capital of the world. Well, no sun today, but I've got a lot of fun. This is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, and for 2023, this is the Estrema edition. It is so much fun to drive. Get in, it's time for Family Wheels.
I've said this in the past about Alfa Romeos I've driven. It's like wearing an Italian suit. Now, I know nobody wears suits anymore, but Italian clothing in general could be a suit, could be a sport jacket, could be a pair of trousers, could be a sweater, you name it. The Italians just have got that nailed as far as the exquisite feel of their craftsmanship. Same here in the Alfa Romeo. It just feels great from the moment you get in it, and that's the overall comfort level as well as the handling. It's just that overall classy feel that you have in an Alfa Romeo. On the outside we have black car with black trim, and some people like that blacked out look, but I think this car is just too beautiful to hide behind an all black facade, and there are several other colors that are available that are much more complementary to the design of the Stelvio. There are 5 versions of the Stelvio. This is the top spec as far as 4-cylinder Stelvios go. And so 4 of the 5 are 4 cylinders, and then the top one is the Quadrifoglio with a V6 with 505 horsepower and a very high price tag to match. Basically, that's all I'm going to say about that vehicle. But here in the Estrema, we get some features from the Quadrifoglio, particularly the adaptive suspension as well as limited slip differential. Now, if that doesn't mean anything to you, then you can pay a good deal less for your Stelvio, and I happen to like it a lot. Just like the handling, the brakes are really a thing of beauty. They are not grabby, they are not mushy, they're controlled all the way to a stop. We have an excellent Harman Kardon sound system and about a 9-inch touch panel up here. Very good, very intuitive, Stellantis style, if you will, control center. And also we have a wheel to take care of controlling those functions as well. It's nice to have that. Here in the center stack we have a well-designed holder for your device, probably a smartphone. There's a little slot for the cord to go down into, and then USB A and C connectors here, a USB A connector there. There's a wireless charging pad as well. Then we've got 2 ports in the back. All the 4-cylinder specifications of the Stelvio have the same power plant. It's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, puts out 280 horsepower, which for me is plenty. All-wheel drive is standard across the board. There is one US specification at the bottom that is available with rear-wheel drive. The Alfa 4-cylinder has a lovely exhaust note, beautifully tuned, very throaty, but it doesn't wear you out. You hear it when you give it heavy throttle. Here on the highway, we've just got a really nice, comfy SUV ride. Turn on the tunes. As you'd expect, the automatic transmission of the Stelvio comes with paddle shifters. However, in this case, we have paddles that are absolutely huge. I mean, look, they're this big. They get in the way. They get in the way of things that you use much more frequently than paddle shifters. Specifically, the turn signals, headlight, flash, and over here, the wiper controls. Actually, a bit of an annoyance. But of course, flappy paddles can be fun to use. A large part of what I call that Italian suit feeling of the Alfa Romeo is, of course, its suspension. However, the seats are also a huge part. The passenger in the front as well as the driver have numerous power adjustments, including lumbar, and here for the driver a couple of buttons that adjust the bolsters, which go from close to very close, really hang on to your rib cage here, I suppose if you're tossing the car around mountain curves.
I'm pleasantly surprised that the Stelvio passes our child seat test. Behind me, the kind that takes up the most room, rear facing. Up front, I've got just enough room between my knees and the glove box door. And of course, if your kids are old enough to use front-facing child seats, you'll get even more room up front. The back seat of the Stelvio is also a pleasant surprise. The driver's seat ahead of me, set up for me, I'm 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 centimeters. And look, here in the back, I've got a decent amount of room between my knees and the back of the front seat. Also, there's a fair bit of luxury back here. We have a panoramic moonroof, HVAC outlets, and 2 USB ports as well as heated rear seats.
And this Stelvio could be ideal for the person who has the money, has needs for an SUV such as a small family, 1, maybe 2 children, doesn't want a vehicle that looks like every other SUV on the road, including some of the luxury ones. It's all here, and you get a sporty vehicle to drive.
Well, how's this for a happy ending? We started out on a dark and stormy day. We end on a sunny afternoon with unseasonably warm temperatures. Throughout, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Estrema edition has been a champ. Just a terrific performer and a joy to drive. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.